Michael, congratulations. Nice to talk again. How are you today, pal? Okay?
Thanks, Christopher. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's all good in Natstown, and we feel good about it. My family's really happy, and hopefully this is the start of our next championship run.
Well, you're the Brian Cashman of the National League. We can't get rid of you. 25 years for Cashman, and you've been there long. But I remember going down there to Vieira to do radio interviews. I had John 15 years ago. You've been there a long time now, Mike. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. Yes, 17 years since since the Learners put pen to paper. I was the next person they signed, and
really,
wow. couldn't be more honored. Couldn't be more honored and privileged to run this group here, and it's been an honor and a pleasure.
And let's do that, because I haven't followed it that carefully. The Learners are going to still own a team here. This is not. I know there was rumors about up for sale. They are the ownership group, so you're in good shape with them as far as the franchise is concerned. Correct?
I've never seen them as involved and locked in as they are right now. The last couple of years, going through this rebuild, they've been both feet in and been very supportive of what we're doing. These rebuilds are hard, especially after 8-10 years of winning baseball. To rebuild again and trying to build the next team that could win for 8 to 10 years is difficult. And no GM or no manager or no owner wants to rebuild. It's out of necessity, and oftentimes, and we're looking to expedite this thing as much as we can, and do it as quickly as we can. But we have to do it the right way, and hopefully we're on the right track to do it. We can finally see the light at the end of the tunnel, and hopefully we're on the verge of something special again.
Well, listen, you got hurt, Dan. It wasn't your fault. You had no choice. You had to sign one or the other, and you signed Strasburg, and then Strasburg really, for whatever the reason, we all know all sorts of injuries, and you had a tough call there, but Rendon hasn't played for the Angels either. So no matter what you did, damned if you do, damned if you don't, you went the pitcher's route after 2019, which I would have done the same thing, and him not being able to answer the bell because of injury really hurt the Nationals, and that precipitated all these other moves. How about that for a sec? Let me hear.
Yeah, I mean, there's you're in a position where we were there to compete for 8 to 10 years, and we utilized a lot of our prospects to continue to win at the major league level. So it kind of left our farm system barren, and when it was time for the next group to step up, the next group was traded away for current major leaguers that help us win from 2012 to 2019. We won four division titles in 6 years, and a National League pennant and a World Series championship. So it didn't come without a price, but it was a price that we would pay again, and do so joyfully.
Listen, I know this is a tricky one. What is going on with this Strasburg? I got to ask you, because I know there was a delay. Yeah. We thought it was going to happen, and it wasn't going to happen. Anything that I need to know about as far as the Strasburg official retirement announcement with a day for him in D.C.? What can you tell me about that?
No, it's just, it was, as misinformed and as miscommunicated as an issue can get. That's, I think it's much to do about nothing. That's, Strasburg is a pillar of the Washington Nationals. He's a legend here. He's going to be taken care of and honored and respected as one of the great Nationals of all time. And there's procedures that have to be taken place before anything can happen. Before a player can retire, and it's the player's prerogative. And but suffice to say that nobody cares about, no one's cared for Strauss more than I have. He's one of our illustrious guys that will be honored and respected throughout his days here at Nats Park.
I know this was a delay with you, but when Martinez signed the extension, I said to myself, well, geez, I mean, Mike hired Martinez. There's no way Dave's not going to – if Dave's back for the next 2 years, which he should be, there's no way Mike couldn't be back. So was there anything in the last month or so with a little delay here, Mike, that caused concern that there was a chance you could leave? Or is it basically just, it took a little while to put pen to paper? How about that?
No, it was absolutely nothing to it. I do appreciate a lot of the media people caring so much about my job security and stuff, but there was nothing to it. My job is to take care of Dave Martinez and the manager. I'm his boss, and I needed to take care of him. I thought it was vital for him to get his extension towards the middle of the season, because he's got to deal with that clubhouse and those players, and it's terrible to be a lame duck manager in that clubhouse. So he needed to be taken care of. He's earned it. He deserved it. He's a World Series championship manager, and my first priority was to get him done. I got him done. We negotiated a nice, fair deal with him. And my deal was I was always optimistic and upbeat that it was going to happen. We just have a lot of stuff going on here. We're at work every day. We roll our sleeves up, and we're trying to get back on top and compete with those elite teams like the Braves and the Phillies and that group of teams. And it's a full-time job. And I was never concerned about my status. I was never concerned about my security here. I knew it was going to happen, and we finally got it done, last week sometime, and there was absolutely no issues to it.
All right, now let's do one thing on the Nationals and one thing on the future. I tell you, your team's been feisty. I know the Pirates all of a sudden, but boy, you have beaten some good teams. I mean, you hurt the Reds. I mean, you hurt the Yankees. You hurt the Red Sox. I mean, for a team that's 15 under 500, you have certainly been plucky all year long. That, to me, is a sign of a good manager. When a team is playing a good job as a spoiler with a team that's a little understaffed, and you have done that all year long against the good teams. Even last week against L.A., you gave all sorts of grief. Let's discuss that for a sec. Go ahead.
Yeah, Davey's done a great job, and most importantly, we're competing. We're playing 27 outs, and we're grinding at bats. We're grinding each inning. But more importantly, our young players are becoming players at the big league level, and that's what our major goal was, to make sure our young players that are going to be that next core group improve. And I think you could see that with Ruiz and Abrams, and the three of the young pitchers that we've had all improved this season. They're all their needles are pointing north, and I think that you're just seeing these players scratching the surface. So kudos to Davey. He's got those guys playing hard. They believe in him, and he believes in them, and it's been a good chemistry and a good culture down there. And some of these young players getting better is really the key for me to enjoy the rest of the season.
And you made a good trade getting those two guys from L.A., Gray and, of course, the catcher, and you got some prospects, too. Won't be too long, Mike. We'll have you on plenty. Congratulations. Knock 'em dead. Thanks for a few minutes here. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it, guys, always.